Have you ever been browsing online and stumbled upon one of those health supplements and you just kind of wonder, what's the real story behind that sales pitch? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're pulling back the curtain, taking apart a sales page piece by piece to see what makes it tick. And the product we're looking at today is called JointVive.
So, right out of the gate, they hit you with a big promise. It's designed to support joint comfort and may promote mobility. Now, this is aimed squarely at a real problem, right? Joint discomfort. But you got to pay close attention to the words they use. Support, may promote. See how that works? It's not a guarantee. It's vague on purpose. It gives you this feeling of hope, but it skillfully avoids making a direct medical claim. And trust me, that little detail, it's going to be super important later on.
Okay, so what makes this stuff so special? This is where they start to build the mystery. They talk about a closely guarded formula. Ooh, sounds exclusive, right? Like you're getting in on some big secret. This is where they introduce the magic ingredients, the things that are supposed to be the one-of-a-kind solution. And here they are, the first batch of ingredients. You got pine bark extract, tamarind, chlorella, ginkgo biloba. They sound kind of natural, but also kind of scientific, don't they? The whole point here is to make you think, wow, this is a sophisticated, powerful mix. Even if, let's be honest, most of us have no idea what each one actually does. And the list just keeps going. Now we've got spirulina, lion's mane mushroom, Bacopa monieri, even more exotic names. But here's where they add a little twist to the story. They claim these ingredients are extremely hard to source. You see what they're doing? They're creating a feeling of scarcity. The idea is that you're getting something rare, something special, and that's a classic marketing trick to make a product seem way more valuable. All right, so to really get you on board, they start listing all these reassuring qualities. And honestly, this is just a masterclass in buzzwords. You've got certified natural formula, plant-based, non-GMO, no chemicals. Each one of these is like a little green flag for anyone who's health conscious. They're shortcuts to make you feel like, okay, this is safe, this is pure, this is a good product. It's all about building that instant trust. So we know what's in it, or at least what they say is in it. The next big question, of course, is how does it work? And how am I supposed to use it? Any smart shopper is going to ask that. The website is ready for it, though. They've got an FAQ section, so let's dive in and see what they say. And here it is, the million-dollar question. How does it actually claim to work? I mean, that's the whole point, right? You want to know what's happening behind the scenes that makes the promise come true. So let's see what their official explanation is. And here's the answer. JointVive contains 9 powerful natural ingredients that have been perfectly combined to help support joint comfort. Notice something? It doesn't really explain how it works, does it? There's no science, no biology. It just circles right back to the marketing pitch. It works because of the magical 9 powerful natural ingredients. It's all about reinforcing the value of the secret formula, not explaining the actual process. Okay, next up is a really practical question. Is this thing going to be a huge pain to add to my daily routine? Because let's face it, if something's too complicated, you're just not going to stick with it. And the answer is nope. It's super simple. You shake the bottle, you take 1 drop a day, and you can even put it in your coffee or juice. That's it. And this is actually a brilliant sales move. It's all about making it as easy as possible. When something is this effortless to use, it just knocks down another reason you might have for not buying it. Now we get to what might be the most important question of all. Is this actually right for me? It's a big one. The site talks about how the ingredients are tested and pure and all that, but then it does something really interesting. It pivots to a crucial piece of advice. And there it is. Right on their own website, they say, we advise you to show a bottle of JointVive to your doctor before you take it, just to put your mind at ease. This is a really key moment. On one hand, it makes them sound responsible, but on the other, it legally puts the final decision squarely on you and your doctor. Okay, let's talk money. We've reached the point where you have to decide if you're going to buy it, and how a company presents its prices can totally change your decision. So let's break down the strategy they're using here. Okay, check this out. Just look at the numbers. The 4-bottle option is $236, but the 6-bottle option is $234. No, that's not a mistake. You get 2 more bottles for $2 less. This is a classic sales tactic. That 4-bottle option, it's basically a decoy. It's only there to make the 6-bottle package look like an absolutely insane, no-brainer deal. And you can really see that strategy at work when you look at it this way. The price for one bottle drops from $69 all the way down to just $39 when you go for the biggest package. That's a huge drop. It makes you feel like buying the best value deal isn't just a good choice, it's the smart choice. It's a really powerful push to get you to buy more. And then, to really hammer it home, they hit you with this, a little note that says a whopping 97% of customers order 6 bottles. Now, who knows if that number is real, but that's not the point. The point is the psychology. It's telling you, hey, not only is this a great deal, but it's what basically everyone else is doing. It's classic social proof. So we've gone through the big promise, the secret ingredients, and the clever pricing. But this last part, this is the most important part of the whole puzzle. We're going to look at the huge difference between the big, flashy guarantee they put right in your face and the quiet little disclaimers they hide in the fine print. First, the guarantee. And it is a big one, a 365-day full money-back guarantee. I mean, that's incredible, right? They're giving you a whole year to decide if you like it. If you don't, you get all your money back. This is designed to completely remove any fear you might have about spending your money. It makes it feel like there's zero risk. But then you scroll down, all the way down, away from the bright colors and big promises, into the land of the fine print. And that's where the story takes a pretty sharp turn. Here's the first big one. Statements on this website have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. So what does that actually mean? It means all those claims we saw about supporting joint comfort, promoting mobility, none of that has been officially checked or approved by the FDA. And then we get to what is probably the most important sentence on the entire website. Products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Let that sink in. This legally says the product is not medicine. This completely goes against the feeling you get from the whole sales pitch, right? The marketing makes it sound like it's going to help you, but the fine print says it's not meant to treat or cure anything. And that right there is the huge gap between the story they're telling and the legal reality. So what's the takeaway from all this? We've picked apart the entire pitch, from that first hopeful promise all the way down to the legal fine print. And it really leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? Now that we see how these techniques work, the buzzwords, the pricing games, the social proof, and especially the difference between the pitch and the print, how can we use this to be smarter, more critical consumers? Not just for this stuff, but for everything that's being sold to us online.